happened, but everything switched from this side to that side. So I am going to pull up this live on my other phone and see if it's okay, because it looks crazy to me. So it was on this side and then it flipped over. Hang on. Let's have a look. Okay, looks fine. Hi, Jeff. I don't know why it's repeating. Is it like repeating itself? Do you hear me going and saying the same thing over and over? We're not in retrograde yet, are we? It's repeating itself? Oh no. We are. Hi, Miss J. Is it repeating itself? Like, is there an echo? Everything I say, it's saying over and over? I hope not. I don't think it's, no. Okay, good. I don't think it's ever done that before, but we actually have a topic tonight. And, oh, hang on, let me grab an incense over here. I'm not gonna try to educate people too much. Hi, Black Widow. Not now. Okay, good. For a minute there, it was repeating everything I said like an echo. So anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit tonight about magic and my witchcraft, okay? I had a client ask me how magic works. And that is a loaded question. And so I'm afraid that I might have come off a little rude answering that question, because I'm not a teacher. I don't teach it, but there are a lot of different YouTube channels that can educate you on how it works. So I thought what I would do instead is I would just tell you, hang on a second, I'm telling you right now. Okay, so I wanted, oh wait, hang on, one more thing I gotta do really quick. Hold on. I don't know how that works. Hold on. Okay, So, there's a lot of different methods. It's not just simply, oh, it's just energy, it's just intention. No, for me, for my spell work, there's a lot to it. First, I work with all kinds of spirits and deities and demonic beings and all kinds of spiritual beings. Okay, I work with a lot of them. I've built relationships throughout the years. I devote my practice to them and my life to them, well, to Hecate anyways, and so on and so on. So I work with them mostly, but there's a lot more to it than just that as well. There's also intention. There's also energy connections and the astrals. You can go up and make an astral connection to that person. You know what they look like. You have their name. You can meditate, go up, pull and do what you need to do with them, and then drag that energy back down here. There's all different kinds of witchcraft. So to ask me how does it work? Well, that's a loaded question. I use blood, so I do blood magic. I use sigils, so I do sigil magic. I use colors and herbs and crystals, and all of those are different forms of witchcraft. I use lemons to sour relationships. I use banishing powder that I created with different herbs to banish people. Everything is activated with energy and spirits and deities and all kinds of things. There's a lot to it. So it's not a simple, so how does this work? So how does it really, you really have to take the time to educate yourself and learn each different thing. I use a lot, and so you can't just ask that question, and I don't have the time or desire to educate people on how to do witchcraft. That's not my thing. If you want to, you can get into my Patreon. I do have a lot of things in there that could help you understand it maybe. There's all kinds of different categories in my Patreon where I talk a little bit about stuff, and yeah, it's not like, I don't know, maybe I could do a couple of things in there explaining. I mean, I know I have the basics in there, like how color magic works and stuff like that. There's all kinds. I use a lot of different forms of magic. I don't just use just one kind. So there's your answer, I guess. There's a lot of, you have to study it if you want to know. You can't just go, so how's this going to work? Or how does it work? How does magic work? Well, look it up. You'll have to break it down. What are you asking exactly? There's a lot of different things that I do. So, what part of the magic that I do are you asking? How does it work? And then research that. How does sigil magic work? How does blood magic work? How does intention magic work? How does it work using the elements? It's complicated. There's a lot to it. I work with the elements. I work with fire and water and earth and everything. So that's a lot to ask someone. So you'll have to do your own research, because I'm not going to educate you. That's not my job. I'm a spellcaster. I just cast. I don't have to educate people. Not my job. If you want to know, do research, learn, study it. Otherwise, just asking randomly, so how does magic work? That's just I'm not answering it because you obviously didn't take the time to learn. If you really want to know, you're going to have to educate yourself. And you have all the tools. You got Google, you have YouTube, and if you want to learn, then learn. But I'm not a teacher. I don't have time for that. It took me years and years and years and years and years to learn what I know. So I'm not just going to pump it all out in a text message and tell you how it works. So good luck to you, my friend. Good luck. Yeah. I need to get this put away. I bought 2 bags of copal like this. Look at how big these are, these giant chunks of it. And I don't remember why I bought it. Yeah. I needed it for something I was doing. So like when I'm like putting together potions and elixirs and all that kind of thing, if I'm out of something or if I need something that goes to it, I just stop what I'm doing and I immediately order it. Because if I don't do that, I'll forget. And then when it comes, I don't remember why I bought it sometimes. Sometimes I remember. I have a couple things I've been waiting for, but I really can't remember why I bought that. Hi, Leola. What's up, Buttercup? I was just talking about magic. It's like tree soap. It's like a tree soap, and you use it for like, you know, like you can burn it for the gods and stuff, but I have a specific reason. Gotta get back to it. Bye, Jeff. I have a specific reason that I bought it as my problem, and I can't remember what it is. I mean, I bought it for a reason. This thing has giant chunks in there. But when I find out, I'll have it. When I remember, it'll come. It'll come back to me. I know it will. Tonight is love night. Okay, and that was another question I was asked yesterday. Is Gray said to me that Friday night is love night, so why do I always start love night on Wednesdays? And so I'm going to explain it to everyone. Wednesday is a good, like, healing day, right? Like the planetary ring for healing. So I like to start the comeback loves on Wednesdays. And then Thursday is an open road day. And then Friday is love day. So I work the spells for those 3 days. So I burn on them, on their apple or whatever. I burn on it for the 3 days. And then the first day is healing. Second day is open road to bring them back in. And then the third day, which is Friday, is love. And so that's why I do it like that. So yeah. Can't think of, was there any other questions? Okay. I also had a, hang on a second. I also had a question about cleansings, and one of my people asked me why they can't just use salt. And so, again, look at my Patreon. I have a whole cleansing video and I talk about it and I show you how to do it, how to make the cleansing stuff for your bath. And if you don't have a bathtub, you can just pour it over your head. Like I do, I have a whole thing category on cleansing in my Patreon. So get in there and you will see there's all kinds of stuff in there for protection, for cleansing, all kinds of things. But she told me that her guides told her that someone's doing black magic on her. And since then, she's had a car accident, and then last night she fell off the roof. And I was just like, what are you doing on the roof? Getting my cat. Anyways, these types of situations will happen. So, hyssop, rue, and salt. And if you want to be educated on it, get in my Patreon and I'll show you and talk to you about it. But salt's really good at just like removing or absorbing the residual negative energy. It's not going to remove a curse from you. Okay? But it is good at absorbing the residual, the lingering, the shit that's just like hanging around. Okay, so get in my Patreon and you'll find it. Yeah. So kind of like putting baking soda in a fridge. Yeah. Thank you. Very good. Yes. Example. I love that. That is exactly what it's like. Salt, and use the Himalayan salt. It's old. It's the oldest. It does the best job. And you can use table salt if you need to, but I would recommend Himalayan. But she was like, oh, I use salt and sage. And I'm like, well, that's not going to work for you at all. If someone's doing black magic on you, then you're going to need a lot more than salt and sage, my friend. I promise. Let's get a pink salt lamp. Boom. Yes, yeah. Just do that. It's no problem. There you go. Easy peasy. We'll just get rid of that. Just grab you some a pinch of table salt and throw it over your shoulder, right? Sure. I know. I feel bad for her, but I told her how to fix it. If she doesn't do it, then it's on her. Everybody doesn't want to have to do the work. People, not everybody, some people listen and they are like, oh gosh, and they get out right away, go get the herbs and, get it ordered, get it made, and are cleansing themselves right away because they don't want to have that energy on them fucking with their life. But some people are just, even though they just fell off a fucking roof, but no. Don't listen to Blue. She don't know nothing. I got my bubble. I got my salt and my sage. I'm like, girl, obviously that's not working. Your little light bubble isn't gonna work. You need hyssop, rue, and salt. And that's only gonna work for a couple of weeks. That's only gonna hold it off for a little while. That's not a permanent fix either. Don't misunderstand me. That is not a permanent fix. That's not going to get it off you forever. That is just to buy you some time to figure out what you're going to fucking do. Because you're screwed. Salt and sage don't work against curses at all. I know. But you got to figure these are like this is like a Wiccan person, or I don't know what they are, but I don't know what she practices, but some kind, she's always talking about angels and I don't know. I don't know what she is. I don't know. She's very backwards because she talks about her, God, and then she also talks about angels, but then she turns around and does spell work too. So it's like, well, what are you? I don't get it. So I don't know. There's whatever. That's probably why it's hitting her so hard because whatever. Anyways, not my problem. I told her how to get rid of it, how to get it off of her for a while, and if she listens, then that'll buy her some time to heal up and from falling out. Now she's got to heal from falling off the roof. And she sent me the video of her falling off the roof. Her door camera caught it, and I was just like, yeah, most people only do salt and sage. I'm like, sage isn't for protection. Sage is to call spirit in. That's for ceremony. That's for when you're going to start a ceremony and you want to bring spirits into your circle and you're inviting them in for the rite you're getting ready to do, things like that. You want to burn sage and frankincense and myrrh and sandalwood and dragon's blood or whatever the gods like that you work with. You want to burn those incense, and that's what that's for. But people are told that it's for cleansing their homes, and it's not. So it's quite frustrating. But I talk about that in my Patreon too. So whatever, you do you, and good luck, because what is that saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So, yeah. You have stomach pain from laughing? Yeah. Well, and then the whole bubble thing. Okay. I confess that I used to try that method when I was going through my awakening. My awakening, I tried the white bubble and then making it grow and grow and grow, right, to get things up. That did not fucking work for me. Not at all. And I was good at it. And I was able to focus and spread it out throughout my whole house and my property and hold it there. I was good at making the whole fucking white bubble thing. I was a boss, let me tell you. But when that shit, they'll just wait for you to be done holding it. Oh, she's done. And then they smash you as soon as you're done. You can't, hold it there forever, because then you're tired. So that's all your energy to make this bubble. As soon as you're done holding it there, they're just standing there laughing and waiting. Oh, look. It's like holding your breath, You can't hold your breath forever. You can't hold the bubble forever. You gotta cloak up. I know, but not everyone is primal. So, they need to figure their shit out. I've been calling all the gods inside of me and telling them to break everything off of me that is not of them. Break it off. And that is the best thing you could do, in my opinion. Besides cloaking. Cloaking is good also. But I'm just saying. I mean, and why wouldn't you listen to me? I've only been doing this for 10 years now. like casting dark magic on people, doing spells on people and everything for 10 plus years. You know, every day. So why wouldn't you want to listen to what I say? They need to find out what is best for themselves. Yeah. Well, and if you went and pissed someone off and you don't have a way to protect yourself, then you need to call someone like me that could probably help you. But it's a lot. It's a test. Well, let me put it this way. No one was there for me when certain people were casting on me. Besides the gods, of course. But like no one helped me when I called and asked for help. Oh, when they don't listen to you. Yeah. And these are witches after all. I'm not just talking about, poor random basic people who don't have any experience. So they weren't there for me when I needed help. So I just sit back and watch and just like, wow, okay. Because I was forced to educate myself and handle my shit. And get it, take care of it, handle it. Don't just sit down and fall apart and let someone knock you off the fucking roof. God, take guides through. It's not like these witches don't have other resources at some point. They gotta look up what their path and research for themselves. You're right. And they don't want to. They don't want to put in the effort. They don't want to. So you just gotta be like, okay, well, you want me to do it? I have a price list. I charge. I don't do it for free. Because why should I? I did the work. Do the work. Lazy. Yes. I'm like, you're going to have to get into it. You're going to devote yourself. You're going to have to educate yourself. But they want to have Azulas. They do. A lot of times. But they cannot have it. They can't be mean. They're not going to be take what's mine. And that's another thing, you guys. Hi, Christopher. Dark greetings. You've been busy. I am. I have been. I love it. I actually said today, for the first time in a while, I said, I have spell work to do tonight, and I gotta meditate, and then I get to go to work. And then I realized that I said I get to go to work. Instead of saying I have to go to work, no, I said I get to. So that was really cool for me. Like I recognized that I said that. And then I was like, I like it. But back to what I was saying. There's a lot of different ways to do it. There's a lot of different reasons to do it. But it's usually a trap or a test. when people try to do like a destiny swap, it's usually a trap, like a trick. Like the gods are testing you to see what you're gonna like. Are you gonna like? It's a curse. You'll end up cursing yourself because that destiny is custom made and fit and at a frequency that matches that witch or that divine person. Okay, so when you try to take what's theirs because you're not satisfied with what's yours, then you curse yourself. You fucked up. And you should just be careful who you do that to, especially. Because sometimes when you do shit like that, you will curse yourself. And they don't even have to. That's a bad way to go. Yeah. Like, you could die. Quite literally. Gone. So you just be careful when you're doing things like that. I know that it's really popular, that people are always talking about it. And they think it's funny to steal energy from other humans and to take their gifts and blah, blah, blah. But if you would take that energy that you're putting into doing that and put it into yourself, use that energy to like do your own work with your own shadow. Like, I know you can say, oh, well, I accept that about myself, blah, blah. I do that all the time. But if you would take the time to like work on yourself, okay, to evolve, and go do the work to do your own stuff and grow yourself, then you will have what's custom made just for you. And then you will be the best you, the most powerful you in existence. And you can like go through your lifetimes and collect all of your own power from past lives and things like that to make yourself more powerful and a better person and a better witch and all these things. Like, it's just more at your own frequency, and it'll make you stronger and powerful. When you're taking someone else's stuff, then that's for them, and you don't know what you're gonna get. Like, you might taste the power and you might like it, you know, or feel it for a few days and like, oh, I really like this person's energy, I'm gonna take it. That's a mistake. Don't do it. Like, it's a trick and you will just really fuck yourself. So I, for one, personally don't like human energy, and I don't like other witches' energy. I don't want it near me. I don't want it on me. I don't want it around me. I don't want to attach to it. I don't want nothing to do with it. To me, it feels dirty and disgusting. And when you get in tune with your own divine self, then you will be able to, you'll feel that same way. You'll feel that way too. You'll be like, ew, no thank you. Like, it's seriously like, ew. When I see other people that have gifts, when I see their gifts, I do think how beautiful they are, or how amazing, oh look, they have this awesome gift. And I do think of how I could utilize that, but not out of myself, but like, you know, like they're my friend, or, you know, and I think, oh wow, you have this amazing gift. I want to help you grow it. And I want to help you be a better you. I don't think like, oh, how am I going to take it and gobble it up, you know, make it mine. I have been accused of that in the past, and it's a fucking lie. It pisses me off that person would think that about me, but it's not true. It's dumb. And I would never. As if, and it's to me, as if you had something better than what I have. As if, and I don't mean to sound egotistical, but I've done so much work on myself that this specific person hasn't done shit to grow himself to be the best person that he could be. He's a baby. He has nothing on me to offer me, even. So for that person to think that I would want what piece of grain of sand that he has is stupid. I could do backflips over him and pass him in a race. Like, it's dumb. And so I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that witch, and I don't do that. And that's a lie. And I know that that person spreads rumors about me that I am that way, but I am not. Because I've done the work on myself, and I don't have to be that way. And so there you have it. Sorry, I went off on a little tangent there. Anyways, I'm going to be starting, I have 2 love spells I'm going to be doing tonight, Apple Loves, and I'm excited about that. I've had so many testimonies coming in, you guys, holy shit. I can't keep up with them. But it's really, this last moon cycle has been full of just love work coming through. Hell yeah. Love work just boom, boom, like engagements, marriages, things like that. A lot of it coming through. And not just like, oh, he came back to me. No, like actual literal, and I got a ring. So I'm really happy. And the prosperities I did some orange prosperities, which was new for me, and I kind of laughed about it. But one of my spirits was telling me to use an orange. Well, you use an apple for love, you use an orange for prosperity. And I was like, okay, well, I've never done that before, so I'll try it. So I did it, and all of those was very successful, and they're all like booming. And so congratulations. And one of them is still in process, but it's like she has to formulate a whole organization and she has to like formulate a whole company basically, and so she's working on it. But she's been so far everything's falling into place. And then another one got like 7 job offers, and then another one had 2 interviews with 2 job offers, and that's all I can remember. I think I've only done 3 of the oranges, maybe 4. I can't remember. But anyways, that open road success has been a success, and so hell to the trident for that. And for all the love work also, I'm like, it's cool. And then I found out that a couple of people that I did love work for last year are actually got married and are married now. Um, and I found that out, like they messaged me for other work and they were like, oh, and by the way, oh, and the immigration. And a court case custody, a custody battle that had been going on since last year, which was a hairy one. We got that handled, and my client was given full custody, which was good because they were afraid that they were going to lose their children completely, and that did not happen. And it's just been a lot. There's a lot of testimonies just flooding in right now, and I just can't even keep up with it. But I'm really excited for all of you, and congratulations. I'm really happy for you, and I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something, and I want to say it, but I can't remember. And the breakup. There's so much, you guys. It's just a lot. There's a lot of the curses. I never like to give testimony on the curses because I feel like I don't want anybody to like make me responsible for that, you know. So I'm just like, oopsie, shh. Don't tell anyone about that. Those are secrets. But yeah, the curses are daily, like, even if the communication is off, it's still ass kicking going on. Yes, there's been a lot of stuff. And I'm not claiming none of it because it's pretty bad. So, yeah. I just sit back and even I get pictures and I'm just like, holy shit. Oh yeah, and that one. Yeah, there's a lot of those. And those are just like quiet giggles, you know, because it's not that I care, but I do care because it's kind of like, I don't know, I don't like to brag about that stuff. I like to brag about all the good things, the healings, the prosperities, the love. I like to brag about those things, but the curses, I feel like the curses need to be kept private. And I don't know why. It's just my personal thing. I don't have a problem with it, but I could tell you some shit that would blow your fucking mind. But I will not. Because I don't know. I just don't feel like you should brag about it. I know some people like to brag about it, but I don't feel like you should. I do have like a private group where sometimes people will post things like that happen. I love the curse. I know. We all love the curses. They're fun. They're fun to sit back and watch. I've had a few, I know something pretty mild that we could talk about. I've had a few of the vanishing office bullies that, you know, they either got sick and called in a lot and then got fired, or they just stopped coming in, or they got a job somewhere else, or different things like that, where they were successfully removed from the job place where I banished them from. So those are like pretty mild ones. I did this one curse couple of months ago, like a bridge burning. I called it like a bridge burning, where this person, my target, was like traveling around, kind of like couch surfing on. He wanted to like go abroad, and he had like we cursed him. He lost his job. He lost his house. He lost his relationship. Everything all he had left was a car. And so and then he was like, well, fuck it, I'm going to go travel abroad. I'm going to go stay 2 weeks with this friend, 2 weeks with this one, and just drive from place to place all across the United States. And we were like, no, you're not. And so I did like this spell where I did like a burning bridge spell, and like where everywhere he would go, he would burn that bridge and not be able to ever come back there, or he would lose that friend forever and not be able to do that. That's not what we want. So I think he made it to 2 people, and the first one, they got in a big fight, and then when the person that he was staying with went to the store, he packed up and left. And they went to the next person, and the same thing happened. And so then he went home to my client and was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore, and nobody understands me, and blah blah blah. And that's what we wanted. And so that was a success. That just barely happened, like maybe a couple months ago. And so that was cool. And I don't know if the ants helped with that one or not, but I love my ant curse, my fire ants. I work with them a lot. I do a lot of offerings with them, and I like to put my curses in there because ants are hive-minded, and so you can tell them what you want. The curse you did a couple of years ago at my job, all of them lost their jobs, 4 people, and the bosses. No shit. Wow. Yeah, that's cool. I know that in the corporate world there was this good old boy network going on, and my client was the only female, and this was like a big company, and they were really sexually harassing her and stuff. And so I had wrapped them in like pig skin, and then I put them in the ants, and just let the ants feed off of the pig skin and off of them. And the main guy, the boss, her boss, who was sexually harassing her, he got like a tumor on his foot, and he had to have surgery, and he was out for like 2 months because he couldn't walk or anything. And during the 2 months that he was gone, all these women started reporting him for sexual harassment. And then when he came back, they did a full review on him and fired him. And then my client stepped in and got his job. All spell work. So, it's a good thing. So, it's like, I know that I'm usually really low-key about stuff like that, and I don't talk about it a lot. But so I love it. I'm all about it. So there's that. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up because I feel like I'm sharing too much a little bit. I'm not getting the ringing or anything like that in my ears, but you gotta just know when to to stop sharing. And so I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to get started on my spell work. But I love you. Thank you for liking, subscribing to my channel, and I will see you soon. Peace out. Ooh. Bye.